During his nearly 4-decade-long naval career, retired 4-star Admiral James Stavridis served in many leadership roles, including Supreme Allied Commander of NATO and Commander of U.S. Southern Command. In his latest book, Sailing True North, 10 Admirals and the Voyage of Character, Admiral Stavridis profiles 10 remarkable figures from maritime history. In this insightful conversation with NPR special correspondent Melissa Block, he discusses these admirals, the examples of character found in their lives, and the leadership lessons he's learned from his own storied military career. Recorded at the University of Louisville, Kentucky Author Forum, this is Great Conversations, Admiral James Stavridis and Melissa Block.
Thank you, that's very kind. Thank you. Good evening. Kalispera, tikanis, kala. We've now exhausted our Greek
That's pretty much
skills.
the extent of our Greek right there. It is great to talk to you, and I should mention we have met on the radio many times. This is the first time we've actually met face to face, so it's nice to actually see you in person.
It's my pleasure, Melissa. I'm honored to be at this desk
and
with
welcome
you.
to our library.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone, after this is over, you can come up and pick out a free book. No, don't do that. I'm kidding. They told me I couldn't take any of the books.
And he was
home
trying.
with me.
And he was trying. You are drawing a distinction in your book between character and leadership. And why don't we start by just having you explain the distinction you're drawing there?
Yeah, I think that's the right beginning point. Think of it this way. Leadership is this kind of enormous door that swings through the world where you influence others. But that huge door, as doors often do, that huge door swings on a very small hinge. And that hinge is the human heart. It's character. And so I think we're kind of awash in books of leadership. There are many out there. Some are good, some are quick airplane reads. But I think we are underweight in thinking and talking about character, because character is at the heart of how that big door of leadership is used. So that's why I wanted to write a book about character.
So why is character not the door and leadership the hinge? You're saying that character drives leadership, in other words.
I do. And I think that if you think about great leaders in history, they have used their gifts sometimes for good and sometimes for extreme ill. Think Franklin Delano Roosevelt, an extraordinary leader, the sweep of his presidencies, elected to the presidency 4 times, is just enormous in American history. We often think, I think correctly, of Abraham Lincoln as our most character-driven president. Roosevelt, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, not far behind. Great leader, big door that swings. But think of Pol Pot, the Cambodian dictator who killed 1/3 of the population of his country, yet was able to move that door of leadership. What was the difference? The difference is that hinge, the character piece.
And what's in someone's heart. One of the things that you say, I believe in the introduction, is your thinking that we are witnessing the slow death of character. What do you mean by that? What's dying?
Let me tell you what's causing it, in my view. One is the enormous transparency that exists today. And by that I mean there is constant attention to the most intimate details of lives in ways that we have never seen before. And I think it drives a sense of a society that is oversharing publicly and under-reflecting privately. Because if you are putting your personal psychic energy into how am I looking every 5 minutes, you are not spending the time that you need to spend, my view, thinking about the hard moral decisions we make. The second thing, Melissa, that I think is going on is the acceleration of events.
An attention span.
Exactly. We are simply overwhelmed by events, driven in part by your world, by media. You know this better than I, but the 24-hour news cycle, the ubiquity of so many different choices and options in that world, the instantaneous communication of facts as they unfold in front of us. All of that makes things move so quickly, and that again, makes us poorer in finding the time to stop and read. And think about it this way. Book sales, broadly speaking, are going down. Magazines, which are shorter, are now starting to go down. And recently, Twitter. There was almost an outrage in Twitter when Twitter changed its policy so that tweets went from 140 characters to now 260 characters, because people said it takes too long to read the new tweets. Think about that for a minute.
And yet podcasts are thriving, so there you go.